again, this is, we have a franchise-like opportunity where you build freedom.
Right.
Other places that have a franchise opportunity is where you work a business, whether you're making snow cones, packing packages,
Right.
mailing boxes, you know, unclogging people's
Ugh.
toilets.
Just
What.
the thought of that, just like, and I get it. Not everybody's cut out to be a salesperson because there's obviously a large amount
Yeah,
that goes on. Some people are just don't want to or can't, figure out how to communicate like that. But I saw one
yeah.
bathroom remodeling and I'm going, man, I'd rather light my hair on fire and run into traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. Well, let's look at this. Okay, Kona ice. All right, but it's so look. So maybe there's a couple different things we can do. We go, all right. What it costs to get in? What it costs to um, operate? Um, the moving parts, employees, uh, real estate overhead, that sort of thing. Kona ice. Start there. So you've got basically $100 to $200,000 upfront investment. Oh, I see. It's a food
Food
truck. Okay. So you get to drive your food truck around and selling, I don't know.
insurance on the truck, fuel on the truck.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what this minimum cash required is. Does that mean you got to have 20 grand that you send them, or hey, you got to pay us 102 to 189, plus you need a bankroll of 20 grand to get this cooking? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
whole concept of net worth required 25 grand. Yeah, franchisee.
Available. Oh, and then you have to have an available. Let's scroll down. What are the available markets, Ian? Okay. There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
you know, you
right.
imagine, all right, how do you make that one work? It's a Kona ice truck. So you drive it around. In Minnesota, you're going to have a heck of a time. You better drive it south in the winter.
Yeah, right.
you know, and then of course you're violating the franchise agreement because you're getting into somebody else's territory.
Right.
Um, all that kind of stuff. Uh, if your truck breaks down, then the hottest day of the year, you're not going to sell any snow cones. All right, let's go back to the list. I don't know. It's just let's. And I'm being a little facetious, but in real life, that's so you drive around selling snow cones, and maybe that sounds fun, and maybe you want to put your 150 grand up front and spend
Right.
your life doing that. But how where's that going to go? Where does that lead? And granted, since it's a truck, maybe people don't expect you to be at the same place every day. It's not a fixed piece of real. It's not fixed real estate. You don't have rent. There's some aspects of that that I guess if that's what you want to do. I don't know what the
And I,
I don't know. You're probably not going to be able to take a tremendous amount of. There's no passive income. So does it have passive income? Absolutely
no,
not. There's your ice machine better work. Your truck better not break down. It's just you going. You're probably going to work a lot of weekends because you're going to park your truck somewhere where, like down by the beach,
mhm.
where people are going to go every weekend, and so you're going to spend a lot of. You're going to,
And I mean, look at these. Like,
uh,
look at Christian Brothers Automotive, $500,000. Vacations. One. When's the last time you've used a travel agent?
it's been. I don't even know. 20 years, something like
Yeah.
that.
I just think that would be
Maybe.
a tough business. That would be
Though I did speak with a girl the other day who she just got married, and where are they going? Where'd they say they're going? Anyway, I forget where they're going. Um, but Japan. They're going to Japan, and so they are using a vacation planner for that.
huh,
And yeah, but you're right. There can't be much demand for this anymore.
I don't know.
Well, so it costs, 3 to 25,000 to get into it.
Right.
It costs, yeah, that's about what it costs to get in with us, and we'll teach you how to get free,
Right.
so you can go on the cruise.
Right.
Go on cruises
Right.
all the time. You can live on a boat if you want. Once you're up to speed. So yeah, and fast signs. How many different signs do people need? I guess I know a guy who has a sign company, and when it's an election, it sells a lot to people who are
Oh,
running for office,
mm, mm.
and he doesn't care if you print them in red or blue, but that's
Here's
I
the
don't know. There's just you better love making signs.
yeah, every other year you have a good year. So I don't know,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
every 2 years.
New again houses.
Traveling Tom's coffee truck. Oddly enough, I've never heard of most of these. I mean, obviously fast signs. I think everybody's heard of that.
Yeah. Well, you've heard of two men in a truck, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've
That's interesting. So it costs them somewhere between 100 and $500,000 to
right.
get into that. They've got to have at least 80 grand up front, and then they got to go to work. It's like with the franchise, you're buying a job. So now that you've
Mhm.
got this truck, now
Yeah.
you better go to work getting some work so you can,
Well, and you
strain your
got to find
back
one
and
more guy. You got to find at least one more guy,
yeah,
right?
right. Hey, you ever lifted a fridge?
No, thank. It's funny as you get older too. Like, I haven't moved in. Well, I moved 3 years ago and I built a new house. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to hire that. I'm not. No,
Yeah,
no, I want my exercise in the gym. I don't want my exercise moving weird furniture up and down stairs, contorting around corners. That's a young man's game. And then when I look at some of these too, and that's the thing that I think is really interesting is that some of these things, I mean, it is a younger person's game. I mean, you've got to have
yeah,
different, it's a whole different kind of lifestyle. I don't want that. I want to have a
yeah.
where
Well,
I can do the things I want to
there
do.
it is, the lifestyle. It's
Huh?
this is your this life is it turns out to be kind of short. And so, what's the style? What's the style of life that you really want?
Right?
Do you want to so many of these things you just I mean, I have a certain taste for freedom, right? So I only have an interest in passive income and freedom. And
Right.
so that's just me. That's me, and I know I can figure out how to do it. You don't have to figure out how to do it because we have a system that will show you, and we'll work with you to build it. And the game is how fast can you? So if you have that attitude, when you look at this stuff, so many things but if you didn't know what to do, if you're going, man, I don't know, I just, I don't want to have a real job. I want to have my own thing.
Mhm.
And I don't want to I don't know, I want to have to try to figure it out. So you go to something like this and you're going to start checking in. Oh, let me look at that cleaning business. You know, there's, I don't know, the style of life. You really, one of the things that most everybody misses is the style of life that you want to build.
And
Uh,
guys that are looking like that, guys go, well, I don't have a job. Okay. How realistic is it for someone who's going, well, I don't have a job, but I have the resources to throw $250,000 down on a franchise? It's not. No, it doesn't happen like that. If I'm investing $500,000 into something, there better be a tremendous upside to that. So, I mean, you better be moving a lot of signs, or maybe I can just get the semi-fast franchise that's only 200,000. I don't know,
yeah,
but that's a lot of dough right
it's
there.
the semi fast. Yeah, it's not quite as fast as the fast version.
But it's
It's
cheaper,
just, some people don't want to go that fast, right?
right?
So yeah, this one will give you half the manual
Mhm.
and it's only half the price.
Right.
That's you might want to get into the franchise selling business.
I might be. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah. Instead of the double arches, you give them one and it's much cheaper.
the golden. There's
Yeah. It's the one arch burger, you know.
exactly.
It's called Archie's or
Yeah.
something. Go, well, how'd that come up? Well, McDonald's is really expensive.